Periscope. Hey guys, good morning. Of course, my computer um, just froze up on me as I was about to come on, and so it normally takes a minute before it boots back up. So, how is everyone doing on this morning? You guys see in the title, why hairstylists and salon owners struggle in their career and how to stop it. Um, I'm going to talk about one of the things, and it happens to so many of us. Hey there, good morning on Facebook. It happens to many of us in our industry. One, because there's so many things that we can do. Let me get this cup out of Periscope's way. It's so many different things that we can do in our industry, and we're creative industry. So it's not something that just happens to one or two people. It's very often that, stylists and salon owners find themselves struggling. Sometimes it's at the beginning of their career. Sometimes it is, hey Tracy girl, how are you? Sometimes it happens after they've been in the industry for quite some time. But I've had an opportunity to work with, numerous salon owners and hairstylists, and many of them have the same thing going on. Many of them are very skilled and very talented, but hey, darling, how are you? But they're actually all over the place, right? And so we're going to talk about that this morning. I think one of the biggest things is many hairstylists and salon owners are trying to learn so many new things at one time. And it is almost the death of many hairstylists and salon owners. So we're going to talk about what that looks like this morning, because sometimes when we're in that flow, we don't even know that that's what's going on, or that's what's keeping us from pushing forward. So while you guys are on with me this morning, I'm going to ask a couple favors, that you tap the screen for hearts to show me a little love if I say something of value to you, and also to share the broadcast out. If you've been on with me before and you know I'm going to bring value, share it out with your followers or other industry professionals who could use the information. I'm going to do a quick introduction, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. So I'm Tanya Wilson-Cherry, beauty business consultant and certified life coach. Thank you for those beautiful hearts, Tracy. I appreciate you. I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself get new customers, maintain the ones they have, and profit for real in their business. I help them to work smarter. Hey, Tanya. Is that Tanya or Tanya? I say Tanya because that's how you pronounce my name. Hey, girl, how are you? Coco Shell, how are you, dear? Thank you for joining. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. And so I help hairstylists and salon owners, just like yourself, to work smarter and not necessarily harder. I am a stickler for putting systems in place that allow you to, really, one, create the profit that you desire in your business, because there's nothing like doing a lot of clients and a lot of work, and then when you really look at your numbers, you're not profiting. So that's one of the huge things that's really, really important to me, and many of you, but especially with my clients that I work with. I have an opportunity, awesome, to help them, figure out how to profit, one, and then two, figure out how to work smarter. Because guys, we can actually grind behind that chair for 12 to 14 hours, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, and still feel like, where's my money going? Where's my time going? And many people find themselves burned out in this space. So I help my clients to, work smarter, not necessarily harder. And I really come from a transformational space. So I deal with personal development, mindset, and business building, right? Because I believe that many of us only focus on one area of our lives, and then we're consumed by the other ones. And so mindset is that thing that actually allows you to expand what you feel is possible for you. So, for instance, many stylists or salon owners may not think that working only 3 days a week is possible to still make six figures. It is. I have clients that I work with who are six-figure earners. They work 3 days a week, not 5, not 6, not 7. And so I help them to overcome anything that may be limiting them from their greatness, from being really, really exceptional, and also living a lifestyle they love. How many of you know your personal life rolls over into your business? Y'all just tap the screen, throw a heart up or something if you know that your personal life rolls over into your business. I know from experience, I was really going through a difficult time in my home years ago. And for as much as I had done the same things over and over again, it had become routine to me, right? Like, doing hair, I've been licensed for years. What was going on at home eventually rolled over into my business, guys. I started forgetting things, not being prepared. I was frustrated. It was a lot going on. And so your personal life rolls over into your business. And not only your personal life that you have with other people, but some of our habits. I don't know how many of you have been in the industry long enough to see that your habits, what you do daily, is actually what forms the different systems that you operate in your business. So whether you have systems that you're intentional about or you really haven't paid it any attention, you operate your business off of systems. So if being late for work is something that you do on a regular basis, that is a system. Y'all don't hear me. That is a system that you've created, as opposed to, arriving 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even 30 prior to your client, getting set up, just making sure everything is good so that you can work from, a very smooth place, not a hurried place. Because remember, how we feel is how we build our business. So if you're feeling hurried and frustrated, all of that rolls over into, the atmosphere that the client is receiving. And so whether we know it or not, they feel all of that stuff, right? And so I teach personal development because our habits build our business. And on today, I want to talk about, you guys see in the title, I said, why hairstylists and salon owners struggle in their career and how to stop it. And the ultimate way to stop struggling is to master something. Somebody put master something in the comments, whether you come on now or you catch me on the replay. And hello to all of you who are catching me on the replay. Master something. So what I find is going on in the industry is people are trying to learn either every new trend or style that's coming out. Master something, absolutely. They're trying to put the cart before the horse, right? And what's normally happening is they're juggling. Their career is a juggle. So there's no foundation or consistency there, right? Master something, absolutely, Tanya. Or Tanya. There's no flow to what they're doing. So I looked up the word mastery. I believe in mastery. I don't believe you should do 20 different things. If you really, really have an opportunity to sit down with most successful people, they've devised a way to do very few things very, very well. They've devised a way to do very few things very, very well. And that's what mastery is. And so when I looked up the definition for mastery, because I'm a word girl, I like to look it up, and it was perfect for this broadcast. It said control, right? So if things aren't going well, I think hairstylists and barbers should have started a union to help with things like this. I absolutely believe that. This is one of the reasons I've had so many people reach out to me for mentorship, because mentorship is personal development in a business environment, right? And so a lot of what is going on when we're trying to do a whole lot of things, it's really mindset. Our mind is saying, well, if this isn't working quickly, let me try this and let me try this. And then we end up, over the place. But the first word in the definition of mastery was control. How many of you want to have a measure of flow and control in your career, right? You don't want to be all over the place. The next thing it said was superiority. So when you begin to develop mastery in different areas, you actually position yourself in a place of superiority. Because, and this may step on some people's toes, right? But it's what it is. It's the truth. So average rarely gets noticed. Let's say that one more time. Average rarely gets noticed. And so you guys know that if you want to be really, really good at something, It never occurs because you're doing 50 different things. It occurs because you're consistently doing, foundational things over and over again until you master them. And mastery gives you a position in the marketplace that makes you stand out from the crowd, because it is crowded. You guys can think yourself, there's a salon. Some people, I remember being on a broadcast, one lady shared with me that there were several salons in her complex, that she was actually working in, and not as a salon suite owner. So there's at least a salon on almost every single block. And so many people struggle, and they say, well, we all do hair. They struggle to find out what's different about themselves that's going to make them stand out from the crowd. And most of the time, guys, it's what you master. And you can only do that if there are a few things that you've gotten really, really good at. So mastery, the other word that I found was domination. Domination. And this was good for me because I'm a kingdom entrepreneur. And so the word says that we should gain dominion over things. And so domination seems kind of like a very masculine word to me. I like the word dominion a little better, because when I think of dominate, I think of like putting other people out of business or whatever, and that's never my goal, or my heart behind things. But your gifts, will make room for you. And if you learn to master some things instead of trying a whole lot of things, you'll just kind of create this space for you. You'll become known for those specific things, and people will come and do business with you quicker, sooner, faster. So I find that hairstylists and salon owners are trying to be everything to everybody, everything to everybody. And guys, it just doesn't work. And so if, for instance, if you have someone to call your place and they want you to do this amazing, new, trendy hairstyling skill set that you don't know how to do, and then you tell yourself, man, I gotta learn, how to do that. But if that's not your lane, it doesn't require you to have to learn all of the skill sets that we do under our license in order to earn a really, really great salary. I teach my clients to niche out and get really, really good at a few things, and then apply some business principles where they're working on their business and not in their business. And their business kind of gets on automation, where instead of them chasing clients, they're actually attracting clients. One, because it's clear about what they're great at. So the people who are looking for those services, you become easier to find. Do you guys get that? This is what mastery does for your business. But many people feel they need to be everything to everybody, and you don't. I have clients who, do just color or just cuts, or they focus mostly on blowouts, and, they earn six figures, right? They have 1 to 3 things that they focus on, and they earn six figures. They're not, trying to learn, all of the new styles that are coming out. I remember a conversation with a stylist where she said she spent her entire summer, hey Tyree darling, how are you? Trying to learn how to do feed-in braids. Hey Linda, hey girl, hey, how are you? And it was not something that she enjoyed doing. It wasn't something that she liked doing, but she said the phone kept ringing and people kept asking for it. So I asked her this question. I said, so after you learned it and you began offering it, did you actually profit more? And she said no. She said no. So it's not about learning how to do all of the things that we can do under our license as far as skill set is concerned, but it's learning how to master something, right? It's going to create a lane for you that sets you apart. It sets you apart. I've had many stylists who have been in the industry for years, and they're like, I can't keep up with, all of the new trends and things that, the new kids on the block are doing. I said, you don't have to. You don't have to. Imagine someone, now I know a lot of old school stylists who can do a blowout for days, right? So imagine they market themselves as, the blowout connoisseur, or, think of something trendy, but imagine they mastered that particular skill set. Do you know the number of people who would be attracted to them because they already know this person is an expert? And in today's times, people really are looking for people who specialize in what it is that they desire. So instead of, I was sharing that one of the reasons why salon owners and hairstylists are struggling is because they're all over the place. They're trying to be everything to everybody, and you can't. Even I, as a consultant and a coach, I had to pick a lane, right? I had to pick a lane. When I first came online, because I had consulted with several different industries before coming online, I was just speaking to everybody, right? And so my profits it was showing in my profits. Like it wasn't happening because people didn't know who I was talking to. One day I'm talking to hairstylist, next day I'm talking to this person. But once you realize the area that you're going to rock out in, and then you're going to become really, really great at it, it simplifies everything for you. So mastery is key. It's actually foundation for you to get consistent revenue into your business. So let's think about it like this. So many of you may say, well, I don't want to do just one thing. I love the fact that my license allows me to do several different things, and I like doing it all. I'm not saying that you can't, but imagine you got really, really good at 1 to 3 things. Let's say 2 things. Hey, Maisha, how are you, dear? Let's say 2 things. You got really, really good at those 2 things, right? And then you start building this amazing career really, really quickly. What happens is you now have the revenue, because many people are struggling because the money isn't coming in. But it's because they're all over the place, right? There's no consistency. They haven't mastered anything. Sharonda, hey, beautiful, how are you? And so imagine you already know that you want to do several different things, but maybe you focus on the things that you're good at and getting really great at those and mastering them so that you can get more revenue into your business. And then you can use that revenue to invest on other stuff. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all get that? If you guys are getting value, please be sure to share the broadcast out. I see you guys giving hearts. I appreciate you. So many hairstylists and salon owners struggle because they're everywhere, trying to be everything to everyone. And so they never really find their thing. They never really find their flow because they're all over the place, right? And so you don't have to learn every new trending style to earn the type of income that you like to earn. And I always tell this story, that I heard from another coach about this young lady who made, she worked about 15 to 18 hours per week. She made $4,000 to $5,000 per week with only 15 to 18 hours, children. If that's good to you guys, if that sounds good, tap the screen. And she made about $250,000 per year. And she focused on color. Her average ticket price was around $283 per person. And that is because she got so good. And she lived in a small town. I wanted to say that too. That's because she mastered that particular skill set. Not only did she master that particular skill set, she mastered client retention, right? She mastered a system to be able to attract new clients consistently. And she mastered being able to work smarter and not necessarily harder. And so I find that, for instance, I'll have salon owners, maybe connect with me. And they're like, I'm struggling to get, new clients. Not new clients, but I'm struggling to get new staff in my business. And, we'll talk about an opportunity, and then I'll see them go and take another skill set class, right? Because oftentimes, so many salon owners never change from the mindset of a hairstylist to that of a salon owner. They never make the switch. So a lot of their time is spent, just trying to get as many new customers as they can. And they're really, really focusing on their single career. I've been blessed to open up in Triangle Town Center in Raleigh, but it's been a hard challenge. You got to connect with me, dear. You're in a prime location. There may be some things in branding that will help you, that I can help you with, and things that you can focus on. If you like to connect with me, we can do a complimentary call at bit.ly/buildwithtanya. bit.ly/buildwithtanya. Now, Periscope doesn't allow me to put any links or anything in, but you can also find me on Facebook at Tanya Wilson Cherry And it'll say salon industry. No, just do this, facebook.com/build with Tanya. Yep, bit.ly/build with Tanya. Or you can connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/build with Tanya. Facebook.com/build with Tanya. And then I'll give you the link and you can set up some time so we can speak. Okay. So, what I see with many salon owners, they never really move from the mindset of a hairstylist to that of a salon owner. So instead of them, yes, but Facebook, facebook.com, and it's all together, all together. So they never really move from the mindset of a hairstylist. So they spend a lot of their time, trying to get more customers for themselves. And what ends up happening is in the process, they're not even branding the salon. So the people who are coming to do business with them are coming just for them. And so that new income that they could create from having new staff, it just doesn't happen because they're so focused. And a lot of this is out of desperation. And so this is one of the reasons I suggest, if you're a stylist and you're considering opening a salon, master your chair first. Master your chair first. It's nothing worse than being a salon owner and you don't have, a steady clientele, right? That can be that backbone for your business while you're getting new staff in and things of that nature. So a lot of your time, instead of it being focused on building the salon, you're still trying to build you. And so some salon owners, they just never make that switch from the mindset of a hairstylist to a salon owner. And so they haven't mastered team building and leadership. Team building and leadership. And so a salon owner who has mastered how to build a clientele will know how to teach their staff or their renters how to build a clientele too, which is going to then bring in more increase into their business. And so many hairstylists and salon owners, they struggle because they're all over the place. They haven't really mastered anything. And so they continue getting all these skill set classes. But how many of you know it doesn't matter how great you've gotten at a particular skill set, if you don't have anyone to do the skill set on, somebody tap the screen. What good is it, right? So I always suggest get really, really great at a few things, especially as it relates to skill set, but don't dedicate so much of your time to working in your business. Focus on working on your business. Learn how to consistently attract clients into your business while you're doing hair, while you're sleeping, right? You guys should have client attraction systems set up so that clients are they're looking for you. It's not you chasing them. They're attracted to your business. And I teach how to do that inside my Mind Your Business beauty camp, which is now open for new enrollment. Again, it is a membership site where I offer resources on video marketing, social media marketing, how to build your clientele, how to find your perfect people, right? How to figure out who they are first. Because remember, I said many are trying to be everything to everybody. But once you pinpoint who your ideal customer is and your perfect people, your marketing shifts because you're not talking to everybody. You're no longer talking to everyone. And so for a short time, it's only for actually a few more days. It's only $34.99 to join me inside my membership site. You also get monthly live coaching with me inside that membership site. And then you're in a community with other hairstylists and salon owners. And the community is invaluable because there's a level of accountability there. How many of you get inspired when you see people post successful things that are happening in their salon business on social media? Does that inspire you guys? How many? You guys put a 1 in the comments if you get inspired when you see people doing great things in their salon business or career. If you do, put a 1 in the comments. And imagine being in a community of stylists who you can actually physically talk to, and you guys can share, what you're applying and what's working for you. And the accountability is huge. It's amazing. So not only does the membership site provide 12 modules of marketing and business building video trainings, but you also get to coach with me once a month live, where first I help you figure out like where you are and which module you should work on first. But monthly, like if you've gone into the different modules and you're working on a particular training. So let's say you're working on how to figure out who your ideal customer is or your target market, and you're having some struggles. So you shoot me a question, and on our live training, I go over the answers for you on how to maneuver through the training and actually apply it to your individual business. So it's not just a membership site where you go and you can look at all of the videos. You also get an added bonus of working with me. And so for a short time, you can join us today for only $34.99. I started a new enrollment. I don't enroll people in it all throughout the year, but I have started a new enrollment. It's normally $49.99 a month. So that's a recurring fee that you normally get. So instead of having to pay $49.99 to start, you only have to pay $34.99. And you get access to the entire membership site for that first 30 days. And then your recurring payment is $49.99 a month. Now, whenever you feel you've gotten full value of the membership site, you can cancel at any time. So it's not something that you're tied to. If you find that I've gone through the trainings and I've applied them to my business, and hey, Brooke, darling, and I've gotten full value, you can definitely cancel at any time. But I have little things like how to have a profitable consultation. You guys know, if you've been doing it for a while, you can get comfortable, and there's some things you may overlook. And your consultation is like a huge foundation for the relationship that you're building with your client, right? So when you have devised a system of how you're going to do all of your consultations, it begins to build your money map for you and your client. So in that consultation, maybe you're sharing with them if they're getting a particular service. So because you're getting color, this is what I do with all of my color clients. They come back for this treatment at this interval. So there's a training in there that talks to you about how to build a profitable consultation. The 4 videos that every hairstylist and salon owner needs to have, that's going to be part of your client attraction system. That's going to be getting you customers even while you're asleep. And I'm going to give you guys an example. So I don't have Messenger because I don't want to get notifications and things when I'm out with my family or I'm doing other things. So I can only see it when I'm on the PC. And it's good and bad because it goes to a whole nother, inbox or box on Facebook. But I just happened to catch a message where a young lady said, I've been watching your videos and I need a mentor. I'd like to get a link to your website and know your pricing, right? This wasn't someone that I was posting to at that time. I wasn't on social media. I had provided an attraction system through my videos that she was able to watch. She was able to vet me and know, hey, I want to work with her. What she's saying is valuable. She probably actually applied some of the things that I shared with her, and it worked, and decided to, choose me as someone to mentor with her. And so I talk about the 4 videos, and all of them aren't live videos, right? So for those of you who are a little afraid of live streaming right now, you don't necessarily have to start with live videos, but I talk about the 4 videos that every hairstylist and salon owner needs to have, and it begins to create a client attraction system for either your hairstylist career or your salon business. You can find that training inside the membership site. I talk about social media marketing. So a lot of people, when they look at people who have 30,000 followers or 10,000 followers, their goal becomes to just get more people to their page. But I teach from a completely different perspective. I teach you how to get people to your page that are actually going to convert over and be butts in seats. Because we all like likes on social media. How many of y'all feel good when you get a lot of likes on a post that you did? It feels really good, right? But at the end of the day, if it ain't bringing no coin, y'all don't hear me. If it's not producing revenue or income, if it's not making a conversion, and when I say conversion, I mean getting those clients off of social media because you don't own Facebook. So if it was to go out at any time, or Instagram or Periscope, and that's the only place that your customers are, what do you do? And so I teach you systems of how to convert those clients over into your space, whether it's your website, whether it's they've joined your, email marketing where you send out a newsletter every week. And so I actually, yes, she said she could care less about likes. Look, we just, really, you guys are in business, so you're in business to profit. So conversion is important. The likes are great. They feel amazing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that was a good post, because a lot of people interact. But at the end of the day, because I am a business owner, right? And because I'm focused on what my assignment is, and I'm focused on what my business needs to do, I focus on conversions. And so I have clients who don't have thousands and thousands of followers on Facebook, but they are getting the coin, guys, right? So Facebook and Instagram is only a portion of your marketing strategy, and it should be used as an attraction system to get people over into your space. And so I teach you how to, hey Dupree, how are you, dear? How to put those systems in place so that when people do connect with you from social media, they either become someone on your email list. I've actually email marketed for about 13 years now, right? And as a salon owner, I kept a going list of about 1,000 clients on my email list that I could contact with one blast email, right? I didn't have to come on social media. I didn't have to say, I got another space today. I could privately send an email to my clients. I have one client who uses it if she sees that she's slow, like 2 or 3 days in advance. If she has 2 or 3 spaces, she'll send an email blast to her email list. So I teach you how to do email marketing, how to create a newsletter, that you can send out once a month. All of those trainings are inside the membership site. And you guys can join for only $34.99. And the link to that is renewfullcircle.com/MYB membership. renewfullcircle.com/MYB membership. I have clients who have taken my retail training that's on the inside of that. I believe that you can pay your salon rent and your booth rent from retailing. Not believe, I know you can, right? I have clients who are doing it. I have clients who've taken the retail training who have made $700, in a week as a single stylist, not as a salon, just in retail alone, right? So imagine 700 times 4, that's $2,800. That would cover most of you guys' booth rent or mortgage on your salon building, or rent at your salon building, all from retail. That's not like twirling the curling iron and things of that nature. So I teach you how to retail without selling, right? Because retail isn't really selling. It's not. There's a secret to retailing. I teach that inside that training. So for you guys who feel you're struggling, master something. Figure out what's missing. For many of you, what's missing in your salon industry career and your hairstylist career is the business aspect of it. You're probably an amazing stylist. You probably already have 1 to 2 skill sets that you're really good at. But if you don't have anyone to do it on, it won't bring you profit. And so my goal on this morning was to encourage you guys to, not focus on so many things. If you talk to successful people, they will tell you that it's not that they're doing a whole lot of everything, right? They may have this 1, 2, maybe 3 different things that they focus on. Dupree is on. He focuses on driving for his executive business. He does like transportation, and he has cars they transport out to different airports and things of that nature. He's not all over the place, right? He's gotten really, really good at that. And before he started his because he's kind of branched out in his business. I'm going somewhere for you guys. Hey Bella, how are you, dear? So he originally his company started out as a cab company, right? But as he mastered that and created more income and more revenue, he then started to branch out and do different things in his business. So he has this executive where he has like exclusive cars, where he does transportation services. He calls it his, I think it's executive black car service, right? So it's not that he did 50 things at one time. He did a few things really, really well that brought in revenue that allowed him to do other things. And this is not what I see in the industry. I see us all over the place. And so that is why hairstylists and salon owners are struggling, because they haven't mastered anything. They have not mastered anything. And so when I think the impatience that comes with mastery is where many people miss out. For instance, I've switched over to just my business page when I'm broadcasting on social media. It shares to my personal page, but when I measure, many of my clients that connect with me from Facebook, they come from my business page. Even if they're friends with me on my personal page, they come from my business page. And I wouldn't notice that if I wasn't measuring. So that's another thing that's probably going on with many of you. You're not measuring what actually works. You're not measuring what actually works, which means you have to know your numbers. So I also have trainings inside the Mind Your Business membership site on pricing, where you can put your numbers in and see what you're actually making an hour. And many of you would be surprised at what your hourly number really is. It also lets you put in a new number that's going to allow you to actually profit. So if you needed to do a price increase, you'll know, okay, I need to be at this point to actually profit. And you guys don't want to just break even. Who wants to just break even? I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to just break even, right? I want to be able to create income that expands beyond my, personal bills and my salon bills. And so that requires you to know your numbers. So there is a training inside there on that as well. But I just want you guys to focus. I want you to pick a few things, get really, really good at it. And for those of you who are hairstylists, if it's not working, if you're good at a skill set and it's not working, it's not the skill set. It's the business that you're lacking. So many people spend so much time working in their business and not on their business. You need a client attraction system that's bringing you clients, whether you're posting on social media or not, right? You need that. You need a client attraction system that is bringing you clients while you sleep. And so I teach those client attraction systems inside my Mind Your Business beauty camp membership site. I gave you guys an example earlier of a young lady who just reached out to me. She said, I've been watching your videos. I want to mentor with you. Can you send me a link, to let me know your pricing? What's the investment? It wasn't because I had just posted something, right? It was videos. And remember, I teach you guys of 4 videos every salon owner and hairstylist needs to have. And it's not necessarily a live video. It's not necessarily a live video. So how many of you know that I've been all over the place? If you're on with me and you feel you've been all over the place and haven't been able to really focus on the main things that are going to bring the revenue in for you, put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments. And much of that comes from lack of clarity, right? And so that's one of the things that, one of the areas that I've gained dominion in, is helping my clients gain clarity, because it's always from the place of clarity that you're able to do what you should do, right? And not just a whole lot of everything, right? Because it doesn't require it. Remember, I shared with you guys, I have clients who work 3 days a week and make 6 figures, guys. And it's not because they do 50 different services, right? And so I invite you to join me inside my Mind Your Business Beauty Camp membership site. You can access it immediately. You can watch it 24/7. You get to coach with me once a month. If you're going with them through a module and you have a question, you get to coach with me, right? That's a bonus. And then you're also inside an amazing community where there's accountability. There's a push. We all are inspired by seeing other people do things. I mean, we do it all the time on social media. So imagine being connected to a community where you can get that inspiration whenever you need it. and not just inspiration, but strategy. Because many people don't have a real strategy. They don't have a strategy. They're just trying stuff, just trying stuff. And so my desire for you guys is to focus on mastery. Master marketing. And it doesn't have to be hard. Once you put systems in place, right? Especially like with your email marketing, that's something you can do once a month, right? And you can pretty much set the 12 emails that you're going to do. You can sit down in one session, 1 2-hour session or 1 hour session, and figure out what your 12 email topics are going to be for the year, right? You may not write out all of the newsletters, but you've already got that content ready, right? And it's just a matter of putting it in place. And I teach you how to align that content with what the consumers are going to be looking for each and every month. So there's a calendar in there that teaches you, how to market. It shows you how to write a newsletter out. And it also gives you ideas of what to do your newsletters on for 12 months, right? So that email marketing course is in there. The video marketing course is in there. How to identify your target audience, right? Your ideal customer, right? This doesn't have to be hard. We're supposed to feel really, really great about what we're doing. We're making people beautiful. We're enhancing their lives on another level. And once you learn, systems, guys, once you learn business systems, I say it all the time, you can be an excellent, excellent stylist with a great skill set, but if you have no one to do the services on, you don't profit. You don't profit. And so sometimes ego gets in our way. How many of you have been in a space where your ego got in your way? Because you're really, really good at that. But when you really look at it, the money really wasn't flowing in like you wanted it to, right? So what's happening is there's another level of understanding that you need. It's usually a business thing. If you've gotten the skill set down, if you're good at 1 to 2, 3 things and you still don't have customers, you haven't mastered your marketing. You haven't mastered your marketing. Or because there are some times where people are doing a lot of people, right, and still not profiting. That's a numbers thing. That's a pricing thing that's going on. And we go over that inside the membership site as well. Do any of you have any questions for me this morning? I'm going to do a Q&A. I haven't done Q&A in a while. And today is my baby's birthday, guys. Today's my baby's birthday. So we're going to be celebrating all afternoon and then tomorrow as well. That's what we're going to be doing. So she turned 13. Well, at 8:33 tonight. I'm not counting her as 13 just yet, but at 8:33 tonight, 13 years ago she was born. So wow, time is flying for me over here as a mommy. And she's really the reason why, well, one of the reasons, because I am also one of the reasons, and you need to be one of the reasons why I had to get my stuff together, right? It was, like, there are people depending on me. There's a little girl watching me, and I needed her to see what it looks like to love yourself. And so oftentimes when we think about loving ourselves, we think about going to get our hair done, our nails done, new outfit, and things of that nature. And I believe that is part of it. But when people are watching you in your family who are looking up to you, your children, they're watching you struggle, that's not a picture of you loving yourself, right? And so for me, it was, I have to figure this thing out. I have a set of eyes that are watching me, and I'm teaching her every single day how to love herself. Because when you love yourself, y'all don't hear me. When you love yourself, you find the way. And it's not through struggle. You find how to not struggle, right? You make it happen, right? And so she was one of the intricate reasons some years ago now, because she's 13. So around her 2-year mark, that the way I was doing things just really shifted for me. And then my love for her made me see that I needed to love myself on another level too, right? Because we only go to the extent that we love ourselves. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Nicole, thank you for joining. Jacqueline. We only go to the measure that we love ourselves, guys. You got to love yourself enough to make the sacrifices, to figure out the next way to do it, right? It's all like everything that you do is coming from a space of how you feel you deserve to live. When I figured that out, I was like, man, I've been selling myself short, right? For as much as I thought that I love myself, settling is not an act of love towards yourself. It's not. And so when it becomes important to you to find another way to live better, do better, to really live in your space of abundance, it's actually your birthright. She said, love yourself first and don't settle. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if it's not going right, then you got to dig down deeper and find a new space of loving yourself enough to figure out how to do it right or get the information to do it right. Remember, I shared with you guys earlier that many salon owners, they never switch from the mindset of a hairstylist. And so they actually take on the space of where all of the overhead is now on them. So what they used to enjoy, they no longer enjoy anymore. But their actions are only focused on them getting new customers, right? So they open a business that becomes actually a job. It's not really a business. They really created a job for themselves that they now feel obligated to instead of passionate about, right? And so until salon owners switch from the mindset of a hairstylist, because they were stylists before they opened the salon, to that of an actual salon owner, they will continue to only brand themselves and not their salon. They'll continue to pile on more and more and more customers for themselves instead of learning how to become a great leader, to team build. All of it is marketing as well, right? It's also marketing. And when you create a great space, great people want to come work with you. When you create a great space, great people want to come work with you, but they also have to know that you exist, right? Which is marketing. It's marketing. And so, I also share with salon owners that when salon owners reach out to me and they still need to know how to build a clientele, it bothers me, although it's something we can fix, but master your chair before you become a salon owner. And then you can focus your energy on, developing a team that is going to bring in more revenue and relieve you some, which is the main reason you open the business. If I have any salon owners who are on with me now, did you open your business to work more or to bring more freedom in your life? Y'all just put it in the comments. Even if you come on after the broadcast, did you open it so that you can work more or to provide you with another measure of freedom? Because many times salon owners, they forget. Bring more freedom. Absolutely. They forget. And so they brand themselves, they get more clients, and, they have empty chairs. And so sometimes you have to sacrifice some of that time behind the chair so that you can dedicate to really learning about the business side of hair. Bring more freedom. Absolutely. So that eventually you can replace some of the days that you're behind the chair and you can really be the visionary, of your place. Because imagine you do hire a new stylist, right? But you're struggling, right? And so you don't even have time to train them because you got to do 50 heads 7 days a week to make it happen. Right? So anyway, I invite you guys, join me inside my Mind Your Business membership site, Mind Your Business Beauty Camp membership site. It's only $34.99. I don't know how to, I'm not going to go any further with helping people to invest in themselves. And I think much of it is people being willing to put in the work, right? Willing to actually do it. But I invite you guys to join me. There are 12 modules of business building and marketing resources. Inside that, you get a private group on Facebook in addition to the membership site, because the membership site isn't on Facebook, it's a different platform. And you also get a coach with me once a month. So I've added that as a bonus as you're going through your trainings and you have questions. If you really want to get even more defined on your target market, you can ask me questions. And once a month, I come on and I answer everybody's questions. And it's amazing because when you're in those live coaching calls, someone else may ask a question that is really something you may not have thought about, but it answers your next move. So the community is invaluable. It's super, super major. And you can go to bit.ly/MYB membership. bit.ly/MYB membership and join us. It's only $34.99 for your first month. You get complete access to the entire module. You also get access to the previous live coaching calls that I did. So I saved those and I created a module where you actually get the coaching calls from the previous months. Bella, I'm gonna put the link right here. I think I did that right. Yeah, T.E.A.M. Okay, yeah, that's it. So you guys can join me. This offer is only for a limited time. I don't enroll all year long. I am in a new enrollment phase. It's normally $49.99 to save your seat or join, and then a recurring payment of $49.99 a month. So it's only $34.99 for your first month, and then you have recurring payments of $49.99 monthly. But if you've gotten full value of the course after 3 or 4 months, you unsubscribe, right? You're not held to it. I'm not tying anybody to it. One of the things I suggest as you go through the modules is that you pick one area at a time and work on it for 30 days. Because remember, we're talking about mastery here, right? Work on it for 30 days, apply it to your business, begin to see some results, and then move on to another area. This is how you get the best bang for your buck while you're in it. And if you're undecided, like, where should I start? Like, this is what's going on with me, right? You can drop in the group. Once you're added to the group, you can say, okay, Tanya, I'm kind of here. Which module do you think I should start on first? Which module do you think I should start on first? So hairstylists and salon owners struggle in their salon career because they haven't mastered anything. They don't, it's just kind of like all over the place. And I love to help you guys, you know, figure out what you need to master, because what you need to master and what someone else that you see on social media needs to master is two different things. And the opportunity to coach with me once a month at that investment price is astounding, right? For 1 hour or a one-day intensive with me is over $1,900, right? So anyway, for those of you who maybe you just want your next level of what it is that you're doing, right? And you know that you're highly driven and you know you can work through those modules on your own and then use the coaching as an added benefit, because it is self-taught. So their trainings are already there. I'm not walking you through the trainings, not at this low investment price, right? But if you know it's just time for me to handle my business, right? I even have a portion on time management. There's mindset trainings. It's value packed. I've really, you know, operated at the highest version in creating the trainings. And the reason that I did it was because people were wanting to coach with me who weren't at that position to do it. So there were some things they needed to master, and I can offer them at this cost because I'm not like walking you through the training. You're watching the trainings and then coming back and coaching with me once a month. Whereas like my group coaching programs, I'm like walking you through the entire thing. So if you're highly driven, it's information in there. I have clients in 2 days who have applied the information, earn their money back for that month, gain 2 new customers, because you guys got to think about this. 2 new customers that are your ideal customers. So you can gain a lot of new customers, but if they're not going to come back to you, if they aren't ideal, right? So if you know that your average customer yields you $2,000 to $3,000 a year, 2 new customers is about 6 G's. on your annual income. And so this is why I focus on mindset all the time, because it's nothing like getting a whole lot of customers and then you don't see them anymore. You don't see them anymore, right? I even talk about, there's a training in there on salon promotions, because many people think cheap means butts and seats. It doesn't. It doesn't. And so I talk to you about the 15 things you need to know before doing your promotions, right? So that you're doing profitable promotions and not just, oh, I'm going to put something on sale because it's a little slow, or, right? So guys, that's my take on today. Hairstylists and salon owners are struggling because they haven't mastered something. Figure out 1 to 3 things, get really, really good at it. Don't work in your business without working on your business, because you're just going to create this cycle, right? And you're going to end up working harder and not smarter. So I teach you how to do that inside my Mind Your Business beauty camp membership site, and I invite you guys to join me. I put the link in the comments for Bella on Facebook, right? And so everybody else, hopefully you were able to hear me and you can go to that link. But I love to have you. I love to support you in your business. Have a super, super, super amazing day. I'm going to go so that I can get ready to enjoy my baby's birthday with her. Have a blessed day. Peace. Very empowering. Awesome, Tracy. Connect with me.